Welcome back, everyone, to another Slow English podcast. Today, my brother and I are going to talk about our trip to Malaysia. We'll speak slowly and clearly so you can relax, follow the conversation, and improve your English in a natural way. This video is also part of my 3,000 most common English words series designed to help you understand up to 95% of spoken English. As you listen, you'll learn useful vocabulary, natural expressions, and real English that native speakers actually use in conversation. And because this is a real conversation, it can also help you start thinking in English instead of translating everything in your head. So sit back, listen carefully, and enjoy this slow English podcast about our trip to Malaysia. And if you want to get the 3,000 words PDF, it's in the description. Jet bridge or the jetway. Healthier airport, the vegetation behind it. Change, exact
Accommodation, tarmac.
thickly. Antidote is low cost. Let's get started. So where did we fly from when we arrived in Malaysia?
Okay, so this was January, right? We flew, or was it February?
Let me get the exact date for you. It was January 30th.
Okay, so end of January. We flew from Thailand, specifically in Bangkok, from Dong Mueang Airport, which is the smaller international airport in Bangkok. And then from there, we flew to Penang International Airport, which was not very far. I think the flight was maybe an hour.
I think, yeah, an hour or less, because it's very, very close. Like,
Yeah.
if you look at it on the map, Bangkok is here and Penang is right here. So it's very close. It wasn't a very long flight. The flight time was very short. So it kind of just felt like taking a bus across the city or something like that. Yeah, it wasn't long. Get my 3,000 most common English words PDF and learn the words that will help you understand up to 95% of everyday English. It includes real definitions, real example sentences for every meaning, and everything is organized by CEFR level and topic. Click the link in the description to get it. Here you can see in the video, we are about to board the plane. So Leon is in front of me. He has his backpack on and he is pushing his carry-on suitcase on the side. So he is in front of me and he is walking. Leon is walking and I am walking behind him. So like we were saying, the flight was very short. So we landed in Penang about an hour later. It did not connect to the jet bridge or the jetway. That is just a structure that is movable and connects to the door of the airplane. But as you can see here, we were not connected to a jet bridge.
And do you know why they do that?
Actually, I'm not sure.
Or why they don't do that? Because it saves them fees from connecting to the jet bridge. They have to pay to be able to use that. So without using it and just disembarking directly onto the tarmac, they can avoid those fees and then lower the fees of the flight as well.
Yeah, because Air Asia and a lot of other carriers in Asia that we use are low cost carriers. That means that you usually just get like your airplane ticket and maybe one personal item, and everything else you have to purchase. So you have to purchase your check bags and you have to purchase more weight. And usually, like in this case right here, you park on the tarmac, you don't connect to the jet bridge. Another word for the jet bridge is passenger boarding bridge. So that just saves fees and makes the airplane ticket cheaper, which I don't mind. So what was the first thing we did when we landed in Penang, Malaysia?
Okay, so the first thing we did was first we dropped off our bags, we checked in to our accommodation, and then it was about 4 p.m. and I don't think we ate that much in the morning.
I don't think we ate anything at all.
No, so
I think we just like left Bangkok, got on our flight, flew to Penang, and then we took the Grab, which is the like taxi service in Asia. In North America, we use Uber mainly, but in Asia, Grab is the go-to. We used Grab to call a taxi, and then we went from the airport all the way to Georgetown. We stayed in Georgetown, right?
Yeah.
Georgetown is like the most like popular place to stay in Penang, right?
Yeah, it's the main town on the island.
And what's like special about Georgetown?
What's special about Georgetown is most of the town, or most of the center of the town, is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is really interesting.
Yeah, because I remember when we were there, it was like really beautiful, and there were a lot of like old buildings, like old style, with like beautiful colors and everything. And it did look like a little rundown, but I think that just added to the authenticity and like beauty of Georgetown. It was very nice.
Yeah, it was a nice town.
Yeah, but it was hot. Did you notice when you walked out of the plane, it was like hot?
Yeah, it was seriously hot there.
Yeah, and you see in the video, I have my hoodie on.
Yeah, I
My
wonder
really
why.
thick hoodie. My really thick hoodie, yeah. It was hot. Yeah, anyways, we took a grab from the airport to our hotel in pretty much the center of Georgetown. Then we checked into our hotel.
Yeah.
How long did we stay in Penang?
We were there for 1 week,
1 week.
so 7 days. We stayed on Penang Island.
Yeah, so after we checked in, we left our bags, and I remember when we were checking in, we had to go up one flight of stairs, and there was no elevator, and my suitcase is so heavy, it's like 30 kgs or 30 kilograms, and I had both of them. I think I carried them both up at the same time.
Yeah.
It was like low-key heavy, and normally it wouldn't be like that big of a deal or that like difficult, but those stairs were very narrow. Right,
Yeah, and
like,
they were slippery too.
yeah, they were like these like really glossy wood stairs, so it was narrow. I was like, oh man, yeah, that was a slight inconvenience. But yeah, we checked in, and after that, we wanted to just walk around and explore because I was really craving like Indian food. Like I love Indian food so much, and I know there is like a really big Indian population in Malaysia and also in Georgetown. So we went to Little India to look for some Indian food, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and then here you can see in this image, we have, I believe, chicken biryani, right? It was chicken. You
I think
ordered
it was
it.
mutton.
No, this one was mutton for sure, because I ordered the mutton.
No, you ordered biryani,
Yeah, so I ordered mutton biryani, and Leon ordered
chicken curry.
chicken curry.
Yeah.
Which one was spicy again? I think yours.
No, I'm pretty sure. I think it was yours because
One of them was really spicy, the other one not so much.
Yeah, I think it was yours because yours also came with a yogurt that was meant to cool it down a bit.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, we shared. So it was kind of like a good combo because you get that rice and then you get the curry and then also the mutton. I like getting a biryani and then also like a curry because I feel like it goes good together. And then also naan bread. But yeah, this was our first meal in Malaysia and it was actually really, really good.
Yeah,
I remember this being very, very good. I like this. Good food. It was busting. No cap. And then after we ate, I believe we went to this mall here. You can see this video. I took just a quick video inside the mall. We went to a mall to buy a phone plan because we didn't have any data. So I think that's all we did in the mall, right?
That's right. Yeah, we walked around for a little bit, but
Oh yeah.
we only bought the phone plan because we already ate.
Yeah.
We weren't hungry, so we just needed data. But to get there, we had to take the bus. Or did we take the bus?
No, I think we took a Grab.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We took a taxi there, but then we took a bus back. And I was reading online, you need exact change to get on buses in Malaysia and Penang. So the bus was coming in a couple minutes, I remember, and I didn't have exact change. So we both went to a convenience store, bought something, got change, and then we managed to catch the bus. Because I think it came only like every 10 minutes, which isn't a long wait, but it's still a wait, you know? And here you can see that this was later in the day. This is our first glimpse of Georgetown. Beautiful. You can see the architecture, the buildings. Most buildings were 2 stories and they all had this like very colonial style.
Yeah,
I
it was
liked
really nice and well preserved.
Yeah, no, it was nice to walk around there and it felt like very safe. Everywhere in Asia we've been quite safe, but it felt nice here. But it was hot, dude. It was so hot. But at least at this time of day, the sun was kind of setting and it wasn't that bad. So the next day, we went to go see a clan jetty, which is kind of like a community on the water. So everyone lives on the water in their homes. But obviously it doesn't flood, so they are able to live on the water. Their house is raised far above the sea level with stilts so that water doesn't go into their home. But it was very interesting to see these clan jetties.
Yeah, and it was like the community that lives there and that started it is the Hokkien Chinese that came from China 100 years ago or even longer. They came and then they settled there in Penang and built their community along the water like that.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It reminds me of a community on the water that I saw when I was in Thailand. I forget what it was called and the name, but it was really similar to this. But the only way you could get to it is by boat. So you had to get like a tour and then go on a boat and then go out to this community. It was pretty cool. This community, however, was just like on the island, so you could just walk there easily. Here you can see an image of Kunafa. This was my first time trying Kunafa, and I have to say, I really loved it. This was really, really good. Like genuinely, I love this.
Genuinely?
Genuinely.
Yeah, it's a really good dessert. My first time trying it too was it also in Malaysia last time I was there.
Oh, okay.
So the dough is made really, really thin, so you get a lot of crunch from the frying, and then they put some sort of topping. In this case, it was pistachios.
Yeah.
But you can get chocolate or peanut butter or anything else. And then on the side, you have some clear syrup, and you pour that over, and you let it soak a little bit, and then you eat it like that. So you want to eat it straight after frying because it stays crispy.
Yeah, no, I really like the texture, but how would you describe this texture? Like the outside was like very crunchy, right?
It was like the crunchiest grilled cheese ever. Like if you were to cut it in half and pull it apart, it would look like a grilled cheese on the inside.
Like cheese pull,
Yeah.
double cheese pull, edge to edge.
Edge to edge.
If you want to learn faster and really understand the English from this video, get the workbook on my website, volkaenglish.com. It goes into greater detail than the lesson and includes exercises to help you practice vocabulary, grammar, tenses, sentence structure, and comprehension. I also have workbooks for past videos so you can keep learning and reviewing anytime you want. Get the workbooks in my description. Yeah, but it was very crunchy, which I liked. I like crunchy things. This is why I love chips. But the crunch on the outside was really good. And then with the syrup on top of it, it was just amazing. I love these kinds of desserts with like cheese and like sugar and crunch. Oh, it's like my favorite type of dessert. So good. I really wanted to try this for the longest time because I always see it on my Instagram. I always see Kunafa all the time and it looks so good. And one of the most famous dishes from Penang is Nasi kandar, right? It's from there, isn't it?
I don't think it's from there, but it is super famous in Malaysia. And it's kind of only a Malaysian thing. I think there isn't that many other countries that actually do this as well. But what is it? How would you describe it? Like, basically, it's like a buffet, or not really a buffet, like
It kind of is like when you go to like Panda Express or Subway or like fast food restaurant like that makes your food for you, but you tell them what you want and they just make it for you real quick or put it all on a plate and give it to you. It's kind of like that, but way healthier, way more delicious, and
healthier.
just way better. Honestly, way better in my opinion.
Yeah, the food is super delicious, but I don't know if I would call it healthy because
Oh, dude, look at how healthy that is.
The calories in this are
But
insane.
dude, calories doesn't equate to health.
If you-
It's healthy.
If you eat
but
too
it's
many
not like-
calories, you're not going to be that healthy anyway.
That's called nitpicking. Like, no, it's healthier compared to like an actual fast food place like Panda Express or Subway that does like a similar concept because the ingredients are probably fresher. They don't use like chemicals and all this stuff. So I would assume this is probably healthier. Yeah, it might have more calories, but that's why you just eat once a day. But I really like the vibe of this type of food. I like how at the very end, they take a couple big spoons of that curry sauce and they just put it all over the rice. So then the rice is just like soaked in curry sauce. It's really good. My favorite is the beef. The beef is really good. I like that. What about you? What's your favorite nasi kandar combo?
I like the fried chicken to get a little bit of crunch and meat, and then also beef or lamb rendang as well.
And here you can see two huge inflatable people. This, I believe, was for Chinese New Year because we were in Penang the very beginning of February. So everyone was kind of getting ready, setting up stuff for Chinese New Year. So there was a lot of like things like these all over Penang.
They had lanterns and a lot of red and gold decorations.
Yeah, because Malaysia has like a pretty big Chinese population, right?
Yeah.
So here you can see we went to visit the other side of the island. This was in Penang National Park. In the video, we're walking to Monkey Beach.
This was probably one of the hardest things I've done in a while.
It was so hot. This is like, Asia is so hot. I'm not used to this heat. Well, neither of us are because we're from Canada and Canada does not get this hot. And Canada, where we live, is not humid at all. It's very, very, very dry. It's dry in the winter and it's dry in the summer. But in Asia, it's just humid everywhere and it's so hot everywhere. So this was a little bit of a hike because 1, it was very far. 2, it was very hot. And 3, the terrain was like really like uneven. So it was a bit of a challenge, but we still did it quite easily. But tell me, how did we get to the national park? Because we were staying in Georgetown, but the national park is literally on the opposite side of Georgetown. So how did we get there?
So Penang is not that big of an island, but it was still too far to like walk there. So we ended up renting a bike, 2 bikes for 1 day. And that is how we got from our accommodation to the Penang National Park.
Yep. And the bike rental shop was literally just steps away from our hotel. So we literally walked out in the morning, walked like a couple feet, and then rented the bikes for the day. It was quite cheap actually. And then we took the bikes and we drove all the way to the other side to Penang National Park, and then we walked the rest of the way to Monkey Beach. And yes, we do have our motorcycle license. I know that majority of foreigners and tourists in Asia, they do not have their motorcycle license, but they still rent bikes because, you know, people still rent them out even if you don't have a license. But we have a license, so don't worry. We are safe.
And legal.
And legal. Very legal. We follow the law like good citizens. So yeah, here you can see we are at Monkey Beach now, and here there are 2 monkeys very close to us. And it looks like they were fighting right before I took this video, but once I started recording, they're like, nothing to see here. They were just chill. But yeah, this beach was actually very beautiful. You can see like the white sand, the nice blue water, and like the palm trees and the vegetation behind us. It was very beautiful, like very, very beautiful.
It was nice, but honestly, I don't know if the hike was worth it to get to this beach, because how long did it take us? Like
an hour and a half.
An hour and a half each way, right?
Yeah, 3 hours.
So 3 hours of hiking to get to this beach.
But it was nice, but we didn't end up actually swimming once we got to Monkey Beach because I didn't want to get all wet because 1, I didn't have my swim trunks on me, and that means I would have to swim in my boxers. But then for the hike back, it would be very uncomfortable because I would have salt everywhere, and I did have a towel, but I didn't have a bathing suit, so I would have salt everywhere, and I feel like I would get a rash walking back for an hour and a half. So I decided not to. I made that executive decision on my behalf. And this right here is the Snake Temple, right?
I think you're right.
This is one of the coolest, most interesting temples I've been to like ever. Like honestly, it was really, really, really interesting. I've never been to a temple like this where they just have like very like venomous snakes, like pit vipers. Just like, they're just out. Well, they're in like an area, but they could get out like quite easily. But I was like, ooh, man, I was like looking everywhere. I was like making sure that no pit vipers bit me. Because what would happen if they bit me?
It would not be a good time.
Is it like instant, like
no,
death?
You don't die, but you'll be in a lot of pain and you have to get to the hospital very quickly or you will die.
I assume that the temple has like some antidote or some like medication or something, because they're not gonna have a temple with pit vipers as a very popular tourist attraction and then not have anything just in case someone gets bit.
I don't think they would have antivenom because
I think they would.
Most likely they are not like authorized to administer it. They'd have to have medical staff available at all times, because I don't know how the antivenom goes into you, but I think they have to inject it. But there are hospitals close by, so I think it's maybe an hour or 2, depending on which snake.
Yeah, I feel like I never want to be in that situation. ever. Like, whoa, yeah, that would be a scary situation, especially if you're like in Australia, somewhere in the back country with no one around, and then you get bit by like a rattlesnake or something. Rattlesnakes are venomous, right?
Yeah, that actually almost happened to me.
In Australia.
Not in Australia, but in Ecuador, in the Amazon jungle. I almost stepped on a bushmaster, I think they call it,
Bushmaster?
which is an extremely venomous snake.
Extremely.
And we were not close at all to any hospital.
Oh, dude, I think we were as far away from a hospital as you can be.
We were towards, we were basically at the end of the road going directly into the Amazon, so.
Yeah, like, you know how big the Amazon is? We were like in it at the very end of the road that goes in it. And the road was not good. The road was very like bad, like a dirt road. So to get out would take a very long time. And if you get bit by a snake, there's no hospital within miles, hundreds of miles. Maybe not hundreds of miles, but
Oh yeah, a long way.
dozens of miles.
You'd have to get flown out, if that is possible.
You probably would not make that, I'm gonna be honest. But good thing you saw it, right?
Yeah.
How did you even see it?
Well, I almost stepped on it, so
You
it
were
was,
like, it was really close
it was
to you.
in the path.
It was like,
In the walking path, and I just almost stepped on it, and then I walked back and then turned around, and then I stopped hiking.
yeah, that's crazy. He showed me a picture of it. Hell no, dude.
It was huge.
Yeah. Then the last thing we visited on this day was this really beautiful, beautiful temple. Another temple. It was actually like so nice, but unfortunately we got there 30 minutes after they closed, so we couldn't go inside. But I did get this video of the outside. I really want to go back there one day to visit it. If you're serious about becoming fluent in English, I've built a full speaking and pronunciation course that shows you exactly what to do step by step. You get instant access to 80 plus video lessons right away, and I add 3 to 5 brand new lessons every week, so you can keep improving consistently. And this is not just a course full of random videos. You'll get an exclusive ChatGPT prompt that allows you to master the pronunciation of any word, plus a clear practice structure so you always know exactly how to study, what to focus on, and how to make real progress. Inside, we work on pronunciation, accent, rhythm, and natural speaking, so you can stop hesitating, sound more natural, and speak English with real confidence. Join today in the description. The next day, we started heading towards Kuala Lumpur, which is the capital of Malaysia, and it is a city I've always wanted to visit. So we started heading there. Here you can see we are boarding a ferry to cross from Penang Island to the mainland, and you can see I'm pushing my suitcases, Leon's pushing his suitcases, and we're boarding the ferry here. And here you can see we are now on the train. I believe it's a high-speed train, right?
Yeah, it's not a bullet train, but it is high speed.
Yeah, so we boarded a high-speed train towards KL, Kuala Lumpur. And we spent about a month in Kuala Lumpur. Here you can see we just landed in Kuala Lumpur. We're checking into our accommodation. So we were waiting in the lobby for the person to come down and let us in and give us our keys and everything. And then this was our view from our apartment. So that's the end of part 1 of our Malaysia trip. Part 2, we'll talk about Kuala Lumpur and everything we did there. So if you guys want to see that video, let me know in the comments. If you want to get the 3,000 most common English words PDF, it's in the description. Bye guys. Exact date for you.
Bangkok from Dong Muang Airport, which is the
And I am walking behind him. It did not connect to the jet bridge or the jetway.
disembarking directly onto the tarmac. They can avoid those fees.
A lot of other carriers in Asia that we use are low-cost carriers.
We checked in to our accommodation, and then,
And you see in the video, I have my hoodie on.
yeah, I
My
wonder
really
why.
thick hoodie. My really thick hoodie, yeah. I was reading online, you need exact change to get on buses.
Settled there in Penang and built their community along the water like that.
It's kind of like that, but way healthier, way more delicious, and
This was probably one of the hardest things I've done in a while.
nice blue water and like the palm trees and the vegetation behind us. I assume that the temple has like some antidote or some like medication or something. And here you can see we are now on the train. I believe it's a high-speed train, right?